have to figure out how to put my phone up. Just wait, you guys. Just wait. I need to find a little thing to prop my phone up because I forgot I can't hold it the other way. So maybe this will work. Maybe it won't. Should have been. Oh my goodness. Promise this is not what this video is about. I'm trying to make it so I can talk to you guys. All right. So I just wanted to do this live video. I did a live video on Instagram today and I didn't save it, and I wanted to post it on my YouTube video just because I wanted to share something personal with you guys that I've personally been going through, and something kind of cool that God showed me. So today I went live on Instagram. I've never went live on Instagram. I went live on YouTube, and that's doing exercises and things I'm comfortable with. But I actually have a huge fear of speaking in front of people. I have a huge fear of being vulnerable and putting myself out there when I can't edit the video. It's easy for me to record and to edit, and for you guys to see what I want you to see. But the fact of being live right now and not being able to go back and edit it scares me. And so I like to do what I call Freedom Fridays, things that I want to break free from. And one of them is the fear of speaking in front of people. I don't think that fear will ever leave. I think I'll always feel nervous, but just doing it anyways, because I love to help, and I've been through some things and I get super nervous. And so to the point, I got asked to be a part of, it's called Friends and Company at this church called Weka, and it's a woman's night, and there was, oh my goodness, now I'm not going to remember her name, Melissa. She's an Canadian Olympic bobsledder, and I forget her name, so I apologize in advance. And so I got asked to be a part of this night, fitness ministry, to bring the women through stretches and to have a booth and stuff, and then she was going to be the guest speaker. And, I said yes to it, and then as the time got closer, I started to feel more and more afraid, and then they told me they're going to bring me on stage to bring the women through stretches, and there was over 100 women. And I'm like, oh my goodness, like, I don't know if I can do this. This is my third time being in front of a crowd. I had been in front of a group of young girls, and I had to kind of speak my story and some things I went through. And it was nerve-wracking, and I barely could take my eyes off of my iPad. I stuttered. I forgot my own story. I had to read my own story off an iPad. Like, I should be able just to freely talk about, the things I've been through and, how it's helped, certain things that have helped me. But so here I'm thinking about this night and how afraid I am of getting up in front of these women, because I'm afraid to be vulnerable. I'm afraid that I'm going to lose authority as a trainer, or lose that, not authority, but just that, now my brain's going blank, hence being nervous, just losing that credibility. And like, what if they don't, what if I'm on stage and these are people from my city, and they're like, she doesn't know what she's talking about, or I get nervous and say something that I'm not supposed to say. So all of this is bombarding my mind like crazy. And so the guest speaker, she talks about her biggest adventure, and she had asked us, what is your biggest adventure? And I was sitting at the table and we were supposed to discuss, and I was like, I don't really know my biggest adventure. All I can think about is every single time I failed at life, like every single mistake that I made at life. And, and then I started thinking about, how I moved here, and it was just what God put in my heart, and all of these little things that where I screwed up, and then I had to like give my life over to God. And so as I'm thinking about, about this night and feeling, afraid of going and speaking in front of these women or just putting them through stretches, I'm thinking, God, I'm never going to get over this. How am I ever going to, get ahead in the industry that you've put me in? How am I ever going to get good at this? And I was so frustrated, and I was so down on myself. And then he brought this memory to me. I was in grade 2. We had just moved to Calgary, and we were going through some pretty bad stuff in our life. So I was going through stuff as a little girl. And so a new school, grade 2, we had to read in class in a group circle. And I literally remember it was almost my turn, and I left. I ran out of that classroom. I ran all the way to where we are living in a city I didn't even know, grade 2. That's my daughter's age now. I couldn't even imagine her doing that because that's how afraid I was. I literally, when they talk about that flight or fight response, I had flight. Like, I left. And that wasn't the first time I did that, you guys. I was 23 years old the second time it happened. And we were going through this training for this new gym that was opening here in Edmonton for Good Life, and you know, we had to do this training in front of the class, in front of all the employees, and it got to be my turn, and I literally ran out of the room again and went into the bathroom and I cried. 23-year-old crying in the bathroom. How am I ever going to be good at this? I can't. Like, my brain goes blank. I don't remember what to say. And even making this video, I really wanted to share this with you guys live, but I'm like, what if I forget my story? What if I forget to say? And so back to the point about this night, and how God brought that back to my memory, those times. And here I'm up on stage, you know, my gums are like sticking to my lips. I'm showing them certain exercise. My hands are shaking. And, you know, so God was showing me all these times that, you know, that I got up and I felt so afraid, but I did it anyways. And he showed me, because this was the whole point of the night. She asked us what our biggest adventure has been. And I thought, you know what, I don't know my biggest adventure. I've never had adventure. All I have is screwed up. And that's all I've seen myself as, screwing up. But God showed me, you know, every time that I screwed up, I came to him and I trusted to follow him. And so it was so cool as he showed me the moments in my life that I just fully trusted him, that I fully had faith, even though I didn't know what was going. That when I decided to move to Edmonton, when I was living in Vancouver and making horrible life decisions, that I left all my furniture behind. I literally got on I bought a plane ticket and moved to Edmonton, left everything behind. When I wasn't sure, the doctors were saying that my implants couldn't make me sick, but you know, I was feeling sick. I had to trust that, you know, that gut feeling, that what God was saying, that when I made that decision and took that risk, that I was going to get better. So God showed me through this whole thing that the biggest adventure I ever have had, you guys, is trusting God, is letting him do that full work in me. And because of that, that's why I got up and I put those women through things. That's why I got to speak to a whole bunch of younger girls about self-love and self-esteem. That's why, you know, I've been doing these things and I've been so down on myself that I'm not doing them perfectly. But the difference is I'm not that girl running out of the room anymore. I'm actually facing that fear, even though I'm stuttering, even though my lips are sticking to my gums, even though, you know, my brain may go blank. And so I just really wanted to share that today, because that fear that I had, and I had a fear of going live on YouTube and talking. I've had a fear of going live on Instagram and doing these live things, because I'm like, what if I screw up? People see me as edited, you know, that you see me as confident, but I'm really shy. I'm a really shy person in general. I get anxiety when I'm around tons of people. And from my videos, maybe you wouldn't think it, but I do. So I just want to encourage the person that's watching this, whatever place that you are in your life, you know, that God will always be the biggest adventure that you can take. He will always give you everything you need. So just like watch out for that and be aware of that. And you know, you are where you need to be, and he'll bring you every step of the way, and he'll give you what you need for those moments in your life when you think that you can't do it. He will prepare you for it, and you're not going to be perfect at first. It's like a baby. You don't expect your baby to start running the minute that you have your baby. You expect it to take those steps. And so even when it comes to going after your dreams, whatever goals that you have, you're not going to be perfect at first, and it's not going to look perfect, and you are probably going to screw up, but that is all a part of the learning process. And that's what makes it so beautiful in the end, is when you look back and you go, remember when I first started, holy, what a mess, but I kept going. And that's how we get better. And so I just wanted to do this video and share this. It is so long. I'm sorry, you guys. I am a talker. The Instagram, I don't know. I really wanted to. I did it once, and so this one's probably I'm a lot more calmer. My voice isn't shaky. But anyways, you guys, I want to share that. If you have any fears, or what's your biggest adventure, or things like that, comment below. I'd love to connect with you guys, and give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I love you all. Bye.